Hello, welcome to another wiki procedure, and today we're going to look on how you can obtain a burial permit in Kenya. Down here below, we have given you a link which is going to direct you to our wiki procedure page, where we have given you detailed information on how you can go about the application process. We have also included links to office and locations where you can go visit to make the application, and also included links to other websites where you can visit and get more information about births and deaths registration in Kenya and how you can go about the application process for the burial permit. Additionally, on the right hand side of the screen, we have included a select language option where by clicking the downward pointing arrow, you can select a language of your choice which you find easy for you to understand. For example, by choosing Swahili, what this will do, this is going to translate the wiki procedure page to Kiswahili, and I'll be able to get the instructions in Swahili and making my experience as smooth as possible. But for the purposes of this video, today we are going to continue using English. So let's get back to our presentation. And the list of items which we're going to cover in this session include the need for a burial permit, the eligibility, the required documents, the steps to follow in making the applications, the fees, the validity period, the processing time, office location and contact, and any other information that we may find relevant on how you can obtain a burial permit in Kenya. So welcome to our presentation today, which is brought to you by wikiprocedure.com. The need for a burial permit. One needs a burial permit in Kenya in order to bury or cremate a body in Kenya. There is a no burial without permit decree in Kenya, which states that no person shall bury, cremate, or otherwise dispose of the body of any deceased person in registration whose death is compulsory without a permit issued in accordance with Section 19 and 20 of the Birth and Deaths Registration Act of Kenya. The burial permit is also a prerequisite document which is used for the application for a death certificate in Kenya. So those are the needs for a burial permit. The eligibility is that the next of kin of the deceased are eligible to obtain a burial permit for the deceased. Let's move on. The required documents: you need a copy of the national identity card of the deceased, or even the original copy, and you also need any other document to verify the identity of the deceased. For example, if the deceased was below 18 years of age, you need to present the birth certificate. You also need the form number 7, which is known as the certificate of cause of death, and your national identity card or the national identity card of the next of kin making the application. Steps to follow while making the application are as follows. We have two scenarios. One scenario is if the death occurred in the hospital or a medical practitioner was involved verifying the death or cause of death, and the other scenario is if the death didn't occur in a hospital or no medical practitioner certified or verified the cause of death. So we are going to look at these two scenarios, and first of all we need to know that this application can only be done in person. So the first scenario, where a medical practitioner certifies the cause of death. So the first step is to obtain the register of death certificate, which is also known as form number 6, or is also known as form number 6, which is showing the cause of death. So in case where the death of an individual has occurred in a hospital or a medical practitioner has confirmed the cause of death, one should request to be issued with a registrar of death form number 6 by the medical practitioner or hospital. So after you made the request, the medical practitioner or hospital will complete the form, which is form number 6, in triplicate outlining the particulars in relation to the death. So after the form number 6 has been filled, you'll be given 2 copies of the certificate to present to the local district registrar's office, and the medical practitioner or hospital is going to retain 1 copy of the form number 6. So you were armed with these 2 copies. You're supposed now to obtain the burial permit, also known as the disposal permit. So with these 2 copies of the form number 6, you're supposed now to visit your local district registrar's office of where the death occurred. Okay, and you are supposed now to present the cause of death certificate, which is form number 6, in duplicate to make the application. And you'll be required to produce the national identity card of the deceased or the birth certificate of the deceased to the registrar's office. And upon submission of form number 6 together with the required documents, which also includes your own birth certificate, your own national identity card, to the registrar's office, you will be issued with a burial permit, and this is free of charge. So let's move on. The second scenario, where no medical certificate of cause of death is issued, this is where there is no form number 6, in short, which means where the death occurred in any other place other than a hospital and no medical practitioner confirmed the cause of death, so you don't have the medical certificate of cause of death. So the first thing to do, you need to obtain a death report. So you need to visit the nearest police station where the death occurred to report the death. And the police officer in charge will conduct you with an interview to establish the cause of death and your relationship with the deceased. And after this, the police officer will issue you with a death report. Now, with the death report, now you're supposed to, you're supposed to obtain the burial or cremation permit. So with the death report, you're supposed now to visit your local district registrar's office of where the death occurred to present the death report issued by the police. And the district registrar will also interview you or interview the applicant to determine the relationship to the deceased and the nature of death. And after that, you'll be required to produce the national identity card or birth certificate of the deceased to the registrar's office, and the registrar is going to give you form number 7, which is also a registrar of death, to fill. And upon filling the form number 7, you will, and submitting it together with the required document, you will be issued with a burial permit free of charge on the same day of making the application. So the application fee is free of charge. The validity period, the burial permit is valid until the burial takes place, then it loses its validity. The processing time is that the burial permit is issued on the day of application, so it's immediate or 1 day. The head office of the Department of Civil Registration is at Haas Plaza, 4th floor, at Lower Hill Road, Nairobi, or you can visit them at www.interior.go.ke. You can email them at director@crd.go.ke, or you can visit any Department of Civil Registration office at your nearest or your local district office, your local district offices, the district commissioner offices. So you can visit them at the DC's office. And other information is that every person notifying a death shall, to the best of his or her knowledge and ability, give the prescribed particulars in full, which shall be then entered by the registrar in the registrar of deaths. And the person notifying the death is to certify to the correctness of the entry by signing his name to the death register. So thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best in trying to obtain this burial permit. And I will urge you to go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the like button if you've liked the video. Go ahead and also come on in our page and hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and get subscribed to our channel. Also hit the notification button and get notified when we upload other videos. We have many videos for Kenya on how you can go about getting different services in Kenya. So you can also just browse through our wiki procedure videos in Kenya and see whichever. I recommend you to go and look on how to apply for a death certificate in Kenya after this. And you can also go ahead and browse through our wiki procedure Kenya page. We have procedures for all 47 counties in Kenya. So once again, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and I wish you all the best in your this endeavor to obtain a burial permit. So thank you. Have a good day.